Namaste. My name is JVN Manisha Singh, Assistant Professor in Department of Food and Biotechnology under Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. I am teaching you subject Unit Operations in Food Industries for class BSc FST second semester and BTech FPT second semester. Last time I will teach you about I was teached you about the blending and kneading of dough. And in today's session, we will discuss all about the homogenization and its principle and the different types of homogenizers used in food industries. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss what is the homogenization process, as it is a subject of unit operation used in the food industries. So, homogenization is also a unit operation, okay? And it is also known as micronization, or say more simply, particle size reduction. It is an important process step that is executed in a number of industries: pharmaceutical, cosmetic, and biotech. And homogenization is often necessary to mix one or more substances within a liquid. And this allows the product to become micronized and suspended within the fluid so that the product becomes uniform and highly stable. Okay. So what is the principle of homogenization? Okay. So homogenizer mainly works by agitating the liquid that is to be homogenized, and agitation can be done by using a mechanical arrangement with pumps the liquid through an orifice plate. Okay, agitation can also be done by acoustic medium, which uses ultrasonic frequency to agitate a surface over which the liquid is pumped. Okay, so the conventional homogenizer is like a milling machine which churns the liquid as it passes through it. And the design consists of there is a fixed stator housing with a rotor, and which is generally motor driven. Okay. So the matting surface of the stator and the rotor has specially designed channels. Both the rotor and the stator are conical in shape and have a specific clearance between them through which the fuel is passed. Okay. So moreover, the design is made in such a way that the liquid accelerates as it moves through the channel and making the dissolved components uniform in nature. And it is to note that though the unit looks like a pump, it does not have a pumping unit. Okay. A separate pump needs to be installed to pump the fuel through the system. Okay. To pump the fuel through the system. Now, the application of homogenization is the one of the oldest application of homogenization is in milk processing. It is normally preceded by the standardization. Standardization is the mixing of several different milking herds and or dairies to produce a more consistent raw milk prior to processing, and to prevent or reduce and delay natural separation of cream from the rest of the emulsion. Okay, so the fat in the milk normally separates from the water and collects at the top. So homogenization process basically breaks the fat into the smaller sizes, so it has no longer separates, allowing the sale of non-separating milk at any fat specification. Okay, the liquid at high speed passes through the capillary openings or special narrow slits, and the result in disintegration of the fat particles to 0.1 to 0.1 microns and its uniform distribution, and thus the homogenized milk has smooth mouthfeel. Okay. Okay, so now principle is clear to all. Now we will discuss about the different types of equipment required for homogenization. So homogenizer basically reduces the size of the particles of one material and dissolves it evenly throughout the other material. And homogenization is defined as an intensive mixing of mutually insoluble phases to obtain a suspension or the emulsion. Okay, so Wolff homogenizer. It is used to modify the physical properties of a liquid or a mixture by creating emulsions or dispersants. Construction consists of a valve which controls the pressure on the feed, and it impacts the rings, help in the size reduction. And the working principle is the coarse emulsion is pumped between the valve and the seat at high pressure and high velocity. As the emulsion flows between the valve and the sheet, pressure decreases and the velocity increases. Size reduction is enhanced by the collision with the metal surface of the impact rings. Then turbulence occurs and emulsion is then discharged. Improvement is there. A two-stage homogenizers may be constructed, and emulsion is subjected to two valve systems. Single homogenizer may produce emulsion that, although small particle size, has a tendency to clump, and therefore second homogenizer will break any cluster formed in the first stage. So what are the advantages? No air is incorporated in the emulsion. That means no contamination of emulsion, and the emulsifying agent gets absorbed at the air water boundary, causing the denaturization. Then what are the drawbacks? It increase in the temperature and may decrease the viscosity. And there are some substances which may fail to emulsify if subjected to very high temperature. So the emulsion of this type should be first treated at high temperature and then at a lower temperature. So the materials used are the stainless steel is used so as to prevent the contamination, and the application of this homogenizer is dairy and food processing, beverages, and chemical emulsions. Next type of homogenizer is the ultrasonic homogenizer, and ultrasonic homogenizing is a mechanical process to reduce the small particles in a liquid so that they become uniformly small and evenly distributed. Okay, so ultrasonic processors are used to reduce the small particles in a liquid to improve the uniformity and the stability. And these particles, basically the dispersed phase, can be either solids or the liquids. Reduction in the mean diameter of the particles increases the number of individual particles. This leads to a reduction of the average particle distance and increases the particle surface area. There are the three main components of a laboratory, that is the ultrasonic homogenizer, an electronic generator which provides the power, a transducer which converts the signal to the mechanical energy, and a horn or a probe where the processing takes place. Okay, so the circuitry consists of a power rectifier, power switcher, a frequency conversion system, and power amplifier, phase lock frequency automatic tracking device, power regulator, power detector, power protector device, and microcomputer controller. That is driven by the appropriate impedance and the power, and the transducer sub-assembly generates the mechanical energy through a piezoelectric resonator, which is focused and amplified with a tuned titanium metal horn. When the probe tip is immersed in a sample solution, intense high frequency sound waves coming from the tip of the probe and induce the cavitations. As the cavitations bubbles collapse, higher shear forces break the material into the smaller particles. Okay. Then energy advantages of the ultrasonic homogenizers are efficient for the reduction of soft and the hard particles, low number of wetted and moving parts. With this reduces the frictional wear and cleaning time, and exact control over the operational parameters influencing the cavitations. Applications are the emulsifications, powders, solutions, and suspensions. Next is the inline colloidal mill. The principle of the colloidal mill is the passage of the mixed phases of an emulsion formula between a stator and a high-speed rotor evolving at speeds 2000 to 18,000 RPM. The clearance between the rotor and the stator is adjustable, usually from 0.001 inch upward, and the emulsion mixture while passing between the rotor and the stator is subjected to a tremendous shear action which affects a fine dispersion of a uniform size. The shearing forces applied in the colloid mill usually raises the temperature within the emulsion. It ensures a breakdown of agglomerates, or in the case of emulsions, to produce the droplets of the fine size and around 1 micron. A coolant is used to absorb the excess heat, and a continuous mixing process is possible. The material to be processed is fed by the gravity to the hopper or pumped so as to pass between the rotor and the stator elements where it is subjected to shearing and hydraulic forces. The material is discharged through a hopper where it can be recirculated from a second pass, and the materials having the higher solids and the fiber content conical grooved discs are preferred, and cooling and heating arrangements are also provided in these mills depending on the type of the material being processed. Okay. So what are the uses of this colloidal mill? It is useful for milling, dispersing, homogenizing, and breakdown of the agglomerates in the manufacture of the food, paste, emulsion, coating, ointments, creams, pulps, grease, etc. And it is used to reduce the particle size of a solid in suspension in a liquid, or to reduce the droplet size of a liquid suspended in another liquid. Okay. So this is done by applying high levels of hydraulic shear to the process liquid, and it is frequently used to increase the stability of a suspensions and the emulsions, and it uses a high-speed rotor to emulsify or disperse lotions, creams, sauces, or oils. Then what are the advantages and disadvantages of this colloidal mill? It is advantages are the way it is very high shearing force and can be generated. It is has very fine particles which can be prepared by this colloidal mill, and particularly useful in preparing suspensions containing poorly wetted solids, and it is useful for the preparation of relatively viscous emulsions. Next is the disadvantages. There is a no wide application in the solids, wear of a rotating plates, and no fine grinding. Okay. So from this session, various questions may be asked, like what is homogenization? Explain the principle of homogenization. Explain the applications of homogenization in food industries. Explain the different types of homogenizers. Explain the working principle of different types of homogenizers with the help of diagram, and explain the working and the principle of the homogenizers used in the food industry with the help of systematic labeled diagram. So likewise questions may be asked in your final exams. Okay, so prepare accordingly, and hope it is clear to all. Thank you so much for watching this session.